Hello class, welcome to your writing composition course. My name is Manjit Kaur. I am your professor for this course. You can address me as Professor Kaur or Mrs. Kaur. This is a fully online course that will take place in Canvas. Before I get into discussing the details of this course, let me share some information about myself. I have been teaching at UTSA since 2004 and I have been teaching online classes since 2006. I am married to a mechanical engineer and I have 2 boys and a 4-legged son and a cat. Besides working and taking care of my family, I enjoy writing, painting, and dancing. I have put quite some effort into developing this course for you. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to write to me. Emails will be our preferred medium of communication. You can also visit me during my virtual office hours through Zoom. Now let me log in and walk you through your course. Well, before I share your course details, I want you to know that I have created this common video for all my composition courses. So regardless of whether you are my WRC 1013 or 1023 student, this information will apply to all. Now let us look at your course. Here is where your course is divided into weekly modules, and I will discuss that in a bit, but let me first start with what's first displayed here. So the first thing you see is your course introduction. This is the video you're currently watching. It's the same video. And then you have the course introduction and your professor's contact information and other details. Next, you have the syllabus. Now, the syllabus is displayed here in a PDF format. However, you also have access to simple syllabus, which is basically the same thing as this PDF. But you also have this option of syllabus. This is unique to Canvas, where Canvas automatically creates due dates and a calendar based on each assignment that's posted within the course on Canvas. So there are a couple of different options to get to your syllabus. Now let me go back to modules. And we were looking at this second module, which is syllabus and schedule. You have the syllabus here, you have the department grading standards. Next, you have the OER textbook and handbook. As I've already indicated in my announcements and probably in the course syllabus as well, the department has made it to where you will now not be required to purchase any textbooks. Your professors have put together a OER textbook, which is entirely free to you, as well as the student writing program student handbook, which used to cost about $15 or so, is also now available in PDF format. So you're not required to purchase any textbooks. Your textbooks are available here within your course anytime you visit the course. Okay, so these 3 modules will be displayed throughout the semester. Also, another option that will be open throughout the semester is the student hours or the office hours. I will have office hours twice a week. You are not required to come to these office hours. However, if you have any questions, I am available on this end. I recommend that you log in or turn on your mic and say, "Hello, Professor," and that will get my attention and I will come to the page where I need to be. Give me a few minutes. Once you're there, don't rush it. And yes, I'll be there for you. Okay. The office hour option is right now blurred because this will be made available on August 22nd, which is when I will have my first office hours. Now you see the rest of the whole Canvas folder is all blurred. This is because this course is divided into weekly modules, starting with week 1, and each module is locked until you work on it. So week 1 will come available on the 21st of August, but as soon as the week ends, which is on the 28th of August, You might still have access to the module, which gives you access to the lecture notes or the videos I've shared. However, the assignments that were due that week will be locked. You will no longer be able to submit any of this work. So every week on Monday morning at 8 o'clock, new assignments, new module will be made available. You have to complete the weekly assignments within the week's time period, where almost every week the assignments are due at 8 a.m. on Monday mornings. So once let's say week 1 is complete, then week 2 will open on the August of 28th, and you will still have access to this, but you won't be able to do the assignments in week 1. Week 2 is what you will work on, and so on. Okay, so going back to the weekly module, the way I've divided the modules is, the first thing is click here to read lecture notes. This is where I will have my lectures, and then I have made those same lectures, I've converted them into videos. They're called video lectures. The third folder is supplementary and optional resources. These are just reliable sources that I use, or I recommend for students to use if in case they're not clear about a concept being covered that week. Okay, next is, after we have done all that, learning material is covered, we move on to the assignments. You will notice that everything is in line, but the assignments are indented. This is just to get your attention. So here it says listed below are assignments that are due on August 28th. But when you click on these, each one of these will have details, what needs to be done for each assignment. You will open and complete each one. And then you also have the last second to last folder says suggested readings from the OER textbook. These are chapters that relate to the lectures we covered for the week. So if you feel like you want to use the textbook to understand the concepts, I have given you what chapters would relate to those lectures. Okay, so for next week read, this is one thing that's only going to be for week 1, because week 1 I'm assigning you certain chapters that you have to read so that you can have a discussion on those articles during week 2. Okay, so this is exactly how each week will work. I think I've pretty much covered the basics for you to get started. I am here for you. You can catch up with me at any time and email me your questions. Email, like I said, is my preferred way of communication. And you can also visit me during my office hours. All right. I wish you all the very best for a wonderful semester. The key to successfully completing this semester as well as this course is to never procrastinate. Start working on assignments as soon as you possibly can and submit them before the due date. All right, I'll leave you with that. Good luck with everything. Have a good one.